What the heck is Mello Roos?
Mello Roos? Well, it can sound pretty scary, but sometimes it's not as bad as you think. And today we're going to dive into what it is, how it came about, and what it means for you as a potential home buyer, or if you're living in a Mello Roos district.
The Bishop team is going to uncover all of this for you and what it might mean for your wallet if you buy in a place that has Mello Roos. So sit down for a minute.
So I'm Jim.
And I'm Vickie.
And we're with the Bishop team, your leading realtors here in Orange County, California.
Unlock the secrets to smooth and stress-free real estate transactions with the Bishop team. With years of experience and unparalleled expertise, one of the things we guide you through is complex world of Mello Roos and make your real estate dreams a reality. So Jim, we get asked this all the time. I'm just going to dive right into it. What is Mello Roos and how does it impact?
We have to rewind a little bit. Back in 1978, California passed Proposition 13, which basically said that your property taxes could not go up more than 2% a year, except at the time of a sale of a property, and then it gets reassessed. The legislature was coming up with creative ways of somehow getting more money and getting around that law. So Mello and Roos came up with the Community Facilities District Act, or the Mello Roos Act, which basically says that new cities and old cities could enact this bond to pay for different things.
So it was about getting some more money in the system.
Money, money, money.
Jim, how does Mello Roos affect the cost of owning a home here in California?
Well, good question. Normally you look at your 5 factors owning a home. PITIA.
Okay.
PI is your principal and interest or your mortgage payment. T is taxes. We're going to come back to that. I is insurance and A is associations. Include generally your property taxes, but we're going to lump Mello Roos under a tax. A couple of years ago, California said you cannot deduct your Mello Roos tax off your tax filings. It's a little bit gray in the IRS. We're not accountants, so talk to your accountant. In some small ways, sometimes you might be able to address that with the IRS at the federal level, but not the state.
Jim, can you explain the difference between property taxes and Mello Roos taxes and how that can, kind of be like, whoa?
Say you buy a house for $2 million and you have a 1% property tax, you're going to be paying $20,000 per year. Let's say you have a Mello Roos bond that's, say, $5,000. Next year, your house is worth more. Your percentage is going to go up, but your Mello Roos payment probably won't go up. So based on Prop 13, the amount that they can tax you can only go up 2%, not that 20% that it went up. So your property taxes go up a little bit. In general, we don't see the Mello Roos bonds going up, although in theory, they could go up 2% as well. Generally, you don't see that happening. It's a fixed dollar amount. So you have a percentage for your property taxes and a fixed dollar amount for your Mello Roos bond.
So each house is different. And you need to look when you're purchasing the house as to what or looking at the house as to what that Mello Roos tax may be, because maybe there isn't any.
The developed cities like Laguna Hills, Laguna Niguel, and South don't have Mello Roos. Some builders chose to pay off all those costs ahead of time, so those homes have no Mello Roos, and another builder said we're going to pass it on to the consumer in the form of a Mello Roos bond. The buyers paid less for the house but more for taxes. So all this information is public information. So in Orange County you can go to tax.ocgov.com, enter the address or the assessor's parcel number, and it'll tell you all the tax breakdown. It'll show your 1% base, if there's any additional taxes that are in that area, as well as your fixed dollar amounts, including Mello Roos taxes. And you can look up, it'll tell you all your taxes, not just Mello Roos.
So Jim, how are Mello Roos funds used and allocated within a community? Can you tell me that, or is that just lost?
The taxes are for basically infrastructure. Streets, sewers, schools, parks. In some cases that can be used for services like police for a new area, but that's kind of generally what it's there to pay for. And again, they passed it to raise taxes because Prop 13 was limiting the money, and it turned out for new cities, it kind of hampered what they were able to do.
So what should potential home buyers evaluate when looking at homes that have Mello Roos in a community?
So it really gets back to that your monthly payment. So you might be able to pay $2 million for this house, and have 20,000 in taxes, but if the house, down the way is 2 million, but it has 26,000 in taxes, you have to look at your monthly payment. Is that still within your budget? Is that still what you want to pay for? So in theory, you might be willing to pay less for a house that has a higher Mello Roos than a home that does not.
Jim, can Mello Roos disappear or be removed or just go away, bye-bye in some time?
It does. So because they're bonds, they're generally 20 to 25 year bonds. Some are 30. By law, they can be up to 40 years.
Okay.
So a quote unquote older community that's say 21 years old, that bond could go away. We've seen it go away here in Laguna Hills, some parts of Aliso Viejo, depending on how old the bonds are and if it's paid for everything it was supposed to.
So Jim, how does the process of paying Mello Roos taxes work for a homeowner once I've bought the house?
So in most people, probably 99% of people are gonna pay their Mello Roos taxes with their property taxes. It comes together.
Okay.
Now, a homeowner can prepay their Mello Roos's tax in 1 year. They can prepay it. There's different ways that they can pay it like that, but most just pay it with their property taxes.
Jim, are those Mello Roos taxes deductible?
Recently, the state of California said you cannot deduct your Mello Roos taxes from your state taxes. So obviously talk to your accountant. Some people are eligible to deduct their property taxes and potentially their interest payments on their home. It is capped, but talk to your accountant. But Mello Roos taxes, do not plan on deducting that from your taxes.
So there's a lot with Mello Roos. If you're considering moving to Orange County or nearby and you have questions about Mello Roos, give us a call. We would love to chat with you. I'm Vickie.
And I'm Jim.
And we're with the Bishop team.